All right, guys, welcome to Talking RW, the return. This time it's a little bit different. It's going to be a full-on podcast series where we talk about various topics related to Retaliate Wrestling or just, anything in general, whatever we feel like talking about. And today our guests, let me introduce myself. I'm Colin. You guys know me, obviously, former owner of RW. We also got Zane with us here.
Hi.
And we got Daniel in his bed.
But what am I not in my bed?
We're talking about 2018 RW here.
Okay.
We have a guy who came in 2019.
We also got Christian. He's going to be going along for the ride here. This is going to be a long one, I feel like, because there's a lot that went on in the year of 2018. Possibly the worst year.
For a channel with 300 subs, we shouldn't have fought that much.
Well,
honestly.
But I mean, it really started at the end of 2017. Like it kind of goes into 2018, but when
I think I know
Billy
where it started.
Survivor Series.
Okay, well, hold on. Let's just calm down real quick. I don't want to get right into it just yet. Obviously we got Christian here. He's gonna listen to this whole, clusterfuck of stories that we have here. We're gonna do this to the best of our memory because a lot has went on here.
Old Skype convos.
This
we
is
literally
a fun ride.
Yeah.
Can you
play? You got a GTA player in the background, but regardless, we got a lot to talk about here. It's 2018. Just to give you a brief rundown here. This was probably the worst year of RW that we've ever had, just because of all the drama, all the things that you didn't see that happened on camera. I mean, a lot of stuff you did see. Yeah, I mean, a lot of stuff you saw in 2018 was actually good. We came out with a lot of decent content, but what went on behind the scenes was absolutely just a disaster, and we really wanted to come out and talk about it because compared to what's going on now in 2019, it's literally the exact opposite. What we're doing now, it's just so much different, and we're going to talk about how much different it was back then.
Can I get right into it then? I know.
Why do you sound like you're in your bed about to fall asleep?
No, I'm not falling asleep.
Get your head out of your fucking pillow.
I'm pretty sure I know kind of where things started. I don't know what year. Right? Just tell me what you wanted to say.
I feel like it started at Survivor Series 2017, when Billy got cashed in on Marcus cashed in on Billy, and shit went down from there. Honestly, pretty much Billy left the channel after that. Pretty much he didn't make the return until.
Well, yeah, Billy lost interest. I mean, that's kind of a little bit, but honestly, I remember this very vividly, and this actually happened at the start of the year. So, going into the Royal Rumble, we did have a match planned. The card was going to be Daniel and Steven for the International Championship, and then we had a triple threat match. It's going to be Marcus, Brady, or Christmas Milk. Probably just going to be calling him here, but Brady and Max. It's going to be a triple threat match. We had it planned. Everything was set in place. We had the whole storyline planned out from what happened in Survivor Series. And what happened was, I don't know. I don't know if Zane. I don't know if you were around here to see all this, because I know that we weren't as close back then. But I know you were going to be in the Rumble. But I don't know.
Zane was kind of a jobber back then, long hair.
I had 2 matches in 2017.
You don't have to get turned into a bully sesh.
I only lost 1 match in 2017. I don't know why you're calling me a jobber. And first of all, the match I lost, we had to redo the match because I actually won the match, and then Harry got started pissing his pants. We had to redo the match. He left I feel like he left the match after I beat him, so we had to restart it.
I forgot that was the year.
Okay. Anyway.
The Royal Rumble.
Let's get back on track here. Stop talking. Thank you. So, basically, what happened here was, we had this world title match planned for the Rumble. And something went down. We were supposed to record the build-up for the match. And, thank God. If Marcus was here right now, it's probably turned to an argument. But we were supposed to record the build-up to the match, and Marcus was not being clear about when he was going to be on to do these recordings. And we wound up losing 4 weeks of build because we didn't have anything. And Marcus was involved in a lot. We had everything booked out. This is back when we booked everything down, to scripted exactly how we wanted to go. Marcus wasn't there, so what we had to do is we had to strip his ass of the title, and we did that in a video. And then it just turned to Brady and Max for the world title. I think that's where it basically started, like the actual like drama behind the scenes.
The actual drama, like it all points back to Brady. He's like mostly everything we're gonna be talking about is gonna be Brady because it was all his fault.
Brady really manipulated everybody, like, cause, all right, so I don't know. Well, you probably do. The 4 people that started the channel, me and Billy, Colin, and Marcus, we used to be like really close back then. Then Billy lost interest and everything, and it was me, Colin, and Marcus. And me and Colin have always been close, like, for the longest time. But Brady, like, manipulated Colin in a way where he kind of turned on me and Marcus, and it made like it seemed like me and Marcus were the problem.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna get into that. I really want to keep this, like, I want to go in order because it would just be a lot easier. But
what I was actually gonna say is the drama started was Marcus would always say he's gonna be on. All right, like say he said he's gonna be on at 8 o'clock. All right, 8 o'clock comes on. We ask him, Marcus, you gonna be on? He says, nah, I'll be on at 10 o'clock, all right? 10 o'clock comes around, you say the same shit. And then 10 o'clock happens, and he's nowhere to be found. And then, like, 3 hours later, he'll be like, oh, sorry, I was with my friends, and I'm too tired to record.
I'm in Kansas.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it was. They're like, my buddies are sleeping over, and I can't do it in front of them.
It would just be, like, ridiculous. Like, we never get a straight answer from this kid.
It would always be an argument with him, and he would always leave RW.
So, all right, this marks the first of this year. There have been times in the past he's probably left RW around 40 to 50 times by now.
Dude, more times than that.
This is the start of the year. This is the first time he left, and we're gonna try to keep track of how many times he left to the best of our memory. Because there are some things that are forgotten about because they're just so stupid and like small, but we're going to get into that if we can. But this is the first time he left, and I believe he was gone. He didn't even make Mania. He wound up, we did that little segment, but we'll get there when we get there. But, yeah, that's what happened. He got stripped because of that whole thing we just explained. And, yeah, then we did the pay-per-view match. And this also marks the start of more bullshit drama between Brady and Harry. So this is, this is the time where we were planting the seeds for WrestleMania, starting to get things, set in place for the matches. We were going to do Brady and Harry for the world title. And Brady had to, like, convince Harry to, he told him that he was going to win at WrestleMania. So he said, Harry, I'll put you over at WrestleMania if you do this feud with me. You win the Rumble, all that. So this is kind of where it started. Harry won the Rumble, and because Harry did not even want to be in RW because for some reason he only did it because of Brady. I don't know, for whatever reason. I think maybe he loves him or something.
Kind of like gay lovers, kind of.
Well, somewhat.
They kind of.
Oh my God, Daniel! Shut the fuck up.
I'm not. No. I'm not trying to be like. They were always kind of like if Brady left the call, Harry left the call. If Harry left the call,
let's just say they were very close friends, okay? Let's not, like, get into that, but they were very close friends, they were the closest. And they always kind of, like, stuck by each other's sides. Well, sometimes, for the most part. But, yeah, that's what happened. So, the Rumble, we had Brady win the world title. And Harry won the Royal Rumble, setting up their match at Mania and their whole feud. And also Steven won the international title, which is...
That was kind of bullshit, though, that match. Like, I definitely... Like, I won the first one, but, like, that glitch, if you notice...
I don't want to hear your bitching, Daniel.
Okay, no one cares.
I don't
care.
That glitch always happens to only Steven.
Shut up.
It even happened today to me, and I don't get special.
Quality I don't give a shit that you're complaining about 2K like mechanics.
Okay. So the Rumble was kind of the start, and the build-up to Rumble was kind of the start of all the drama. You could just tell it wasn't going to be a good year just from the start of that. So now we get into the Chamber. So this was a fucking clusterfuck. I don't know if you guys remember, but I don't know what the fuck happened here. Zayn wound up winning, and apparently that wasn't the plan. Brady was mad about it because things weren't really like, this is back when everything was scripted. We didn't really have things were meant to go exactly the way they were planned. And I think the plan was to have
Daniel or Steven
win so they can have their rematch at Mania. But going into it, not everybody knew that was going to be the finish of the match. And Zayn just kind of won. And I don't know. That's just what happened. And, Brady was pissed off. So
that's when it really started getting into RW. And I remember at some point, I don't know if I want to get into this now, maybe later, but at some point, everyone got mad at each other and they were all splitting into groups, and it was Harry and Brady trying to recruit me to they were going to start their own wrestling league.
That is going to be the peak. The after Mania is the peak of this whole thing, but we're going to get there. So yeah, I mean that's basically what happened at Chamber there. I mean, just a clusterfuck, and it really just fights were starting, and Brady was mad, and because just to give you a little bit of background, me and I was in full control. I was the one saying yes to everything, the final plans, and Brady was the one booking out these shows, and basically kind of worked together as a team.
It was just you and Brady. We always had a booking team now. It was always supposed to be me, you, Brady, Matt.
It's really hard to keep track, but I know Brady for the most part was the main guy for all that. He was the one doing all the shows and stuff like that. But Brady was mad. He was salty about all that, and he's what the fuck? He's am I just doing this all for nothing? And he felt like he was getting disrespected.
Wanting to get paid.
Okay, we're gonna get into that. So there's so much stuff that's coming up here. You might want to you might be thinking we're weirdos, 300 subscriber YouTube channel, and we're playing 2K, and how serious this all got. But yeah, let's move on here. So WrestleMania build. The actual build up to Mania, the only things that I can really remember, I think everything was going to plan for the most part. I just want to mention, because I have the whole video list pulled up of everything that happened, and Brady and Harry's promo, the iconic promo, deadbeat father, fucking, all that shit. I just remember Harry not wanting to do it, and Harry being salty, just stuff like that, just being lazy type shit, and just really, I don't know, just garbage shit. But yeah, we're gonna get into Mania now. Mania was another clusterfuck of a
day we were trying to record Mania was the worst. Dude, RW literally pretty much, I thought it was gonna end
remember the pre-show?
Okay, yeah. So we actually had plans to record the whole show in one night. We had everybody in the call. We were gonna do a pre-show. It was really on your guys' end, watching Mania was probably really cool. You guys probably thought the whole thing came out very well, but what went into it was horrifying. Absolutely just unnecessary drama came along with the whole thing. Starting off with the first match, we got Daniel and Steve, and
Daniel, you're getting exposed here, all right?
Dude.
It was scripted for Steve to win, and then Daniel.
No. It wasn't scripted in the beginning.
Oh no! Okay, I got it. Daniel, let me say this because I don't need you. I don't need you making excuses. No. Daniel, I got this.
Wait. I just want to put a little information out there before anything. I did not have my internet. I had hotspot. What Asher uses now.
All right, my turn. My turn.
recording
All
this
right.
match.
The plan. Okay. Okay. It was originally it was an unscripted match, and Steve won clean, and then Daniel made an excuse saying that like he used resiliency, but it didn't work. But it turns out that was a lie. So, and then afterwards, it was scripted for Steve to win, and then Daniel ended up pinning him like purposely, and then he ended up being the winner.
Oh yeah, but
That
I was dominating Steve, as you guys can see. He only hit one finisher, alright? And literally, I was not about to lose to that.
Can you please get out of
that
bed? Your
baby
quality's
back.
like...
Dude, my quality... Alright, I'll sit up. Well, I was not about to lose to that baby back, alright? I'm not... Dude, he did not dominate me. I was the one pressing action and stuff like that. So...
And then how did he beat you?
Well, I was on ass net, I told you, right? But going back before the first match, the pre-show, there's one thing that
doesn't. Oh no, Daniel, that doesn't add up very much because if one person lags on 2K, everyone lags.
Yeah, we know this.
Daniel, it's over.
Trying to lie still in 2019. We're over halfway, almost in 2020. We're still lying.
You know what? I knew that.
Okay, this is basically what happened. Okay, Steve was scripted to win. We did the match at least 3 or 4 times, and it got to the point where I just wanted it over with. Daniel wound up winning. I was like, fuck it. We're just going to use it. And I didn't give a shit at that point, okay?
And Steve left RW after that, too.
Really didn't. Yeah.
Huh?
I'm pretty sure he did.
And
yeah,
I'm pretty sure
it was a retirement match.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
it was.
I
And I honestly, if I'm not mistaken here, I'm pretty sure Steve left RW somewhere before Mania. I don't remember what it was for.
He did. He said he wanted to go play Minecraft with his
friends.
Yeah, I don't know what the. I guess that was the. I have no idea.
But before Mania, like in the pre-show, Harry found out Brady was gonna try in the match, and Harry left RW. And Harry said he's not going to do the match unless Brady threw the match for him to win.
See,
so
now,
Brady and Harry
honestly, I do not understand the actual, like, I don't know, the anger that comes out. I mean, like, if you're going to get angry if you're not winning a 2K match that's really supposed to be fake, you're on it. There's something wrong with you. I don't really, it's all just supposed to be for fun, for entertainment. But I think what happened this year is that everybody got so caught up in being like, I don't know, like top shit on this channel that literally means nothing. It just screwed up everything. But yeah, that's kind of the start of it there. Harry, he found out. But
I'm not done. All right, let's get into Montreal screw job here. First of all, I wasn't told I was going to be stripped of the title after Chamber, and then I was stripped. Right, I was fine with it. I told I had my rematch at Mania. Colin and Billy tell me I'm going to win the match, and then Steven pins me because no one told Steven I was going to win, and then you guys just have Steven win.
But it was by accident.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. I'm pretty sure what happened here was that Steven, like, wanted the win or something, and then, like, maybe this is definitely, like, my fault for actually allowing this to happen, but for whatever reason, I agreed with like Steven or something, and I was like, yeah, he should win or something because he needs his Mania win or something like that because he's been here longer, something stupid like that. That was my fault, but yeah, that's what happened there. It was pretty fucked up, but Zayn did get screwed out of his fucking win at Mania.
But didn't we have to record that match because apparently like the very first match was ass?
Dude, I was trying to have a good match, and then Steven was just sweaty. I was trying to have a good match because I was told I was gonna win.
Yeah.
And then like I get like dominated.
well, moving on to Billy and Collins. Oh no, the main event. Wait. Then we had Wood as commentary, alright? Wood knew nothing about the game. I'm sorry, I love you, Wood. I love Wood, but I appreciate everything he's done for us. But, like, he knew nothing about the game, so he just made like random sound effects.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know what else he would do in that case, but
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's fine.
But I figured out the other reason why Brady and Harry both left RW. So now we're on to the main event match, the World Championship, and who controls
that wasn't even the main
RW.
event.
No, the main event matches. All right.
Brady thought he was gonna main event.
Brady thought he was gonna main event.
Oh, I forgot
So they
about
both
this.
left RW if they didn't get the main event of Mania. And
that's when they try to start their own league.
We told them that it was their ass. They just didn't have a good feud. Then Colin and Billy.
Yeah, this was my
Colin
reasoning
and Billy
for
match of the night.
So this is what my reasoning for. I got into a whole fight with them. I was trying to explain to them that our storyline was more important to close the show than their match. And on top of that, their feud was an absolute dumpster fire. It was so bad. The build was horrible. Brady's part, he may have did good on his end, but Harry did not hold up. And you need two people to make the feud good, not one. I'm sorry. And they were not able to, create a good feud there, which also led to a garbage match. We can also get into that. We wound up somehow convincing them to do the match. This is what I always had to do with people.
They were the main event.
Did I?
You said they were the main event.
You told them they were going to be the main event.
Yeah, and then you recorded. You were like, "This is the main event." You only
I probably did. There was no way they were going to do it.
And then you cut it. You cut it or something, and you just you said
Now here comes a whole nother problem. Okay, so I was telling Brady we're finally getting ready to do the match. I'm like, all right, Brady, so you're gonna win, right? Because you need to be the champion. You're better than Harry. And he was like, well, I already told Harry that. Because going back to the Rumble shit, that was the only way Harry would do the match if he won. So he told Harry that he put him over. So that led to a whole other fucking issue. So what happened was Brady had to dominate him. He wasn't able to that's why the match was so ass, is because Brady had to dominate Harry in fucking 5 minutes and win. That's why you saw how short the match was and Harry's reaction and shit. And just getting to the point of recording that match was horrible too. We had to find the exact time, and it was I remember it being really so early. It was 7:00 in the morning on a Sunday or something. It was just a weird time frame because Harry's in the UK, and it's just really bad. But we ended up doing it. I lied to them, and Brady destroyed Harry, and Harry was fucking salty, I'm sure.
And that's when the drama was still going on.
So
I don't know. The next thing happened is that because of that, they tried to start their own YouTube channel called Freedom Wrestling or something, and then Harry wrote the description as, yeah, we give other people opportunities and shit
Oh
that.
My god. All right. So hold on. So just to close off Mania, nothing really crazy here. It was just me and Billy's match. Everything went to plan. No problems there. We got it done. It was a good match. It was better than their fucking shit show, which was expected. Better fucking feud, better storyline, better way to close the show.
Well, Billy was GM. Billy was GM at that time.
This leads to, I remember it so fucking clear. I remember being sick. I remember having a fucking fever. No. I remember being sweating my ass off or something. And this was the night after Mania. This was the day after actual WrestleMania, WWE in 2018. So this was literally the day after, the night after Mania. And this is where shit started to go down. This is probably the official start of where everything went downhill with Retaliate Wrestling.
Boyfriend.
So I don't even know how it started. I'm pretty sure all of them left. They just left the chat or something like that. It was just, I don't remember. Yeah, it was
Harry,
cock riding.
Max,
a whole.
Steve.
Because they were
Okay.
like, because I didn't know you guys. I was like only talking to them.
Yeah, it was different back then. So what happened was behind the scenes, Brady, Harry, Zane, Max. Was that it, or was there anybody else?
Max,
That was it.
Steve.
So
No, Steve didn't do it.
Steve wasn't really a part of it. I don't really remember him, but
Wait, we
basically
forgot to talk about Marcus at Mania.
nothing happened with
And
Marcus.
Max.
Nothing really happened.
Oh yeah, my bad.
So basically they formed like this fucking weird like. I don't even know. I don't want to be like this is kind of homo. It's like an alliance or something. They formed this group together where they were
So it's
gonna
kind
like
of like a knockoff.
Oh, hi,
Nexus.
Christian.
They were trying to get me and Marcus kicked out of RW.
So yeah, they were like protesting or something like against RW. They were like, we're gonna leave unless this happens. And what they wanted was for Daniel and Marcus to be kicked out of RW, like literally kicked out, like gone permanently. And it just led to this whole outrage.
Billy left, and
Billy was there to fight the battle in the beginning. He was there to
Billy warned us about
talking to
Brady.
him.
He
Yeah.
literally
listen,
told us that he doesn't like it.
Billy ended up hating Brady.
He hated him from the start. He had a bad feeling about him. He
No,
literally
but
told us.
I think we all did in a way. Like I recently met him. Like I did not like this kid like right off the bat.
So yeah, Billy was there to fight the battle, and I remember like exactly what happened. Like he was fighting with somebody or something, and he just got mad, and he was done. He just left the car. He's like, I'm fucking done. I'm leaving. And he just left. That's when he really lost complete interest. That just drew the line because I think leading up to that. I think it was
when it was scripted matches. That's when he like.
Yeah,
really
I think that he was losing interest to begin with when it started going towards that route. But then when the drama came in, it's just like it's not even worth it.
And like the little arguments of like Brady not wanting to like change from Christmas milk to Brady because it was like, oh, it's like The Rock. That's what he's known for.
You're taking away my stop. That's just
identity.
Stupid. But yeah, Billy left. And I'm pretty sure we went back and forth for like a day or two trying to come to an agreement because I was not going to permanently kick out my friends. So.
But then something gave, all right? And you may say this in a different way. You gave in to them, Colin, and you did kick out Marcus and I for a little while. Because this is what Brady wanted. He was like, you guys are going to be kicked out for 6 months, and then you'll eventually be coming back, but you won't be added to the chat for another 6 months. So like a year we would be out of the chat.
Suspension.
Yeah. And he's like, and if you're on good behavior, maybe we can move it up to 8 months. Colin did not like that. So Colin said 3 months. I don't know, but in the end we got removed, and Marcus and I didn't really talk to Colin for like about 2 weeks, 3 weeks, because I know I was pretty mad at him. Marcus was too. And then one day, out of the blue, Colin gives me a call and says, yo, you and Marcus are coming back in. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, you and Marcus are coming back in. I was like, all right.
Yay!
All that BS is done with Brady. I don't give a fuck because Brady is leaving now. I was like, what? Brady's done? What about all the other guys? They were like, they don't care about it. I was like, all right. So we get added back to the chat, and I think this is when Backlash is coming around. Brady literally like begs Colin to come back in, and Colin, what else happened? Am I pretty accurate with everything?
This is kind of the part. This is honestly the part that I really don't, because I'm trying to like go to videos and shit.
Brady and Marcus.
That's a whole other thing that we're gonna get into, but this is kind of the part that I really forgot about because I remember just trying to like negotiate with Brady, like try to like make everybody happy in a way, because like that was just always what I try to do, like just like I don't know, just like give in to both sides and just have everybody be happy. But that wasn't going to work because he was so like set on making sure Daniel and Marcus were out, because you know they were trying to make this point like, oh well, you know, they're the main issues of the channel, and they were bringing up really like stupid shit. Just like I'm pretty sure one of his reasonings was like the chamber, like something happened in the chamber. It was like Daniel's fault. Like I don't know, just like something stupid with that. But that's what happened. I don't really remember too much. Like to you guys, it's so weird because like you watch the channel, you see Mania, and then I think the video after Marcus is in it with Brady. It's like so much like happens like that you don't see. So that's that really.
And then we had that retirement match with Steve at Backlash. So
I'm
like,
ready to talk about SummerSlam.
This is what happened. Steve comes back and he like he begs to come back in. We're like, all right. And this is when we're thinking about Money in the Bank at this time. And you know, the 2017 Marcus won it. Well, Colin and I were talking, and he was like, well, if you lose this Backlash match, I mean, you did good at Mania. This is when I was coming up on being one of the best heels in RW.
What a year.
Okay, honestly, hold on. We're literally forgetting something. We're forgetting something major. This happened
2018 summer.
This happened right after this whole thing. Now, somehow, a whole nother argument broke out. This was between Brady and Max, and they started arguing over like some. Max was like, Colin, I remember he was like, Colin, I have something to show you, and it was like a video or something. I'm getting a call from Marcus. It was like a video of like Brady. Yeah, sure. It was a video of like Brady. The whole okay. I don't even know what it was, but it was him trying to prove to me that Brady was trying to take over the channel, and I use that very lightly because I don't know what the fuck that means.
But that was at the end of the year, wasn't it? After
that was literally right after. That was right after the whole thing with you and Marcus. This was right after that.
The greatness straight out the gate. I'm about to break. Yeah.
Marcus, we're in the middle of the podcast. Welcome to the podcast, Marcus.
I don't know what he's doing, but I'm gonna have to get him out of the call now.
Like Caleb Brown.
I don't know what's going on here, but please hold while I get this lunatic out of here.
He's gonna go.
Hold on. I removed him.
Okay. My other account, the one that I'm recording on. Okay, that's an echo. All right, sorry about that. Let's get back into this now.
All right. So
yeah, the Brady and Max. They have they're just so weird. Like this is Brady's idea. It was something he calls it like the game, and it's really just like not sickening to think of. Like it's like he calls it the game, and he's referring to like this whole thing where he was like Max was saying like Brady was trying to take over the channel, and we were trying to figure out who was lying. We went back and forth trying to figure out who was lying, pretty much. And
didn't you side with Brady?
What?
Didn't you side with Brady?
I think at the time, yeah, I did, because it was very hard to trust Max, because Max used to lie a lot about stuff in the past.
Max lied about his age, his name.
So yeah, that's okay.
Where he's from.
Regardless, he lied.
What grade he's in.
So yeah, I don't know. That was just like something that happened. I don't really remember like too much about it because it was like really stupid, and like I don't remember all the details, but they were just fighting. Max was like, "Oh, Brady was trying to take over the channel." I didn't know what he meant by that. and like it was just major like trust issues with everybody at this point now, especially with like everything that happened.
Keep in mind,
leading
we're
up to
at
this,
320 subs,
which is really sad. Now, going into Backlash, the first thing that I can think of, the more drama that followed, was Marcus not wanting to do the match with Brady at Backlash because he didn't want to lose, and like we were still in a scripted period of the channel where like we had like a plan to have Brady go into SummerSlam as the champion, and Marcus wasn't having it. So this is where like the incentives started coming in, where I would tell somebody, oh, you would get this in 3 months. Like, you get a title shot if you did this. So they would agree to what I wanted. And, like, it's not that I would lie about it. It would just, like, I just wanted to get them to do the match. And I would eventually, get to giving them what they wanted. So, basically, we get into Backlash. I don't think really too much happened. Like, that was, like, that much drama, I don't think. With Steve and Daniel just had their match. I don't really think. If you think of anything, Daniel, I don't really know.
Well, like, Steve, I don't know. Steve did something, like, to come back in, and this is when the drama. So Marcus, they had to promise Marcus a international championship shot.
Yeah, that's what it was.
And we were like, all right, Marcus. And we had to tell him he was winning it, or else he would leave again. So we told him he was winning. And this is at the time where we were thinking about Money in the Bank. And I think we wanted to push Steven at the time, too. We were thinking about the Money in the Bank winner and Steven, alright? So Steven drops the international title, alright? And then I lose to Steve. He comes back in RW. And Colin at this time tells me that I'm winning Money in the Bank. Why did you tell me I was winning the Money in the Bank? Because...
Are you fishing for compliments?
No. I don't know why.
I think it was Brady's idea.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it was Brady's idea.
Dude, outside of himself, you were the only person he actually liked.
And I never liked Brady.
Like,
I never
so,
liked Brady.
Yeah, that was the thing. We told Marcus that he'd get... I think I told him that he'd win the title at Money in the Bank or something if he did the match at Backlash. And I think what happened was that something with Zayn, like, he just had won the title and he was going to lose it again. I was like, wait, that doesn't make any sense. Or Zayn got mad. I don't remember what exactly happened. But
I remember
Marcus had to...
So basically, like, Marcus was like... I was like, Colin, you told me I was going to win the title. I was going to retain and then lose the next paper, which I was fine with. And then Marcus's messages 4 in the morning saying, oh, I've been on a call with Colin and Brady for the past few hours, and they told me I was going to win. And then I think you told me that you didn't say that. And then, like, we went into the match, and then, like, he said even, like, during the match, he agreed to losing. And then he even told me afterwards, he's like, I was trying to win.
Yeah,
and then
there was a short period where Marcus and Zayn were kind of like, Zayn really did not want Marcus in, and Marcus did not like Zayn. So there was just a whole issue there.
The next thing that happened was, like, the thing was supposed to be, like, Marcus said, like, he'd win the title the next pay-per-view. He was, like, really doing stupid shit at the time, so we didn't really, like, want him as champion. And the next thing that happened was that, like, we told him that he was going to win the title next pay-per-view, but the plan was for me to win a Money in the Bank, and then we were going to kick him out.
So, as you can see here, there's just so much, like, misunderstandings, like, so much just, like, drama, really, with all this. As you can see here, this is where it really gets bad.
And then
I think SummerSlam was, like, the worst.
I'm trying to think if anything else happened at Money in the Bank. I'm pretty sure the match.
like it was so hard to get. This is where SummerSlam started to take shape and it was really bad. Brady would always go to East Bumblefuck, right? Let's just.
Okay, hold on. We're getting into SummerSlam. Hold on.
No,
Please hold
we're
on.
not getting into SummerSlam. I'm talking about.
You just let me. You should just let me like guide it. And once I get to a point where you want to talk about, it, just come in because like I don't want it to get too confusing. So where are we at? We're at Money in the Bank, right? So this is one thing. This is one thing I wanted to say. This is one thing I wanted to say about. We had Steven and Brady for the world title set for the main event, and something. This is like little thing, but they were having their match, and Brady was like salty or something because like
Steven didn't deserve to win. He said Steven didn't deserve to win.
Yeah, so
he doesn't deserve to win.
I think that he agreed to do the original plan. Actually, for this whole feud, was for them to fight at Money in the Bank, then at Extreme Rules, and then at SummerSlam. So like a 3-month type deal here. So that was the original plan. So we had Daniel come in the first time, screw over Steven, Brady gets like the cheap win, whatever. But during that match, you can just tell like Brady was like Brady just doesn't like Steven. For whatever reason, I personally think it's because like I don't know, Brady's just weird.
All of us wanted him to be champion. Like we all wanted to be like the main guy, but like Brady himself just wanted to be the main guy.
Well, Brady didn't think Steven was like fit for that role. He didn't think he was fit for him to take a spot. He thought Daniel was. And, I consider you just went through a whole thing trying to like reinvent Steven so Brady would, agree. And that was the problem. Like I would, for some reason, I would always I feel like I had to make this guy like happy and like make him give him what he wants because I considered him to be like, I don't know, like kind of like.
And there's Steven just like fine with every single thing that happened.
But there was also a problem with Brady because like at that time he started leaving like home more often, and
he was going to parties.
Like Money in the Bank. Like was hard to record because he was like, "Oh, I'm only gonna be on this one night," so we literally had to stay up super late to record that. And then I think we're pretty much done with Money in the Bank. So we get out of Money in the Bank, start taking shape. Me and Colin's feud, Brady and Steven.
This is
those two.
Let me just get into this. This is where we had this idea to do like 3 different shows. One was called obviously Reloaded, our like main show. Then we were gonna do Relapse. Then we were gonna do Recharge. And we were really planning on like upping our game here. We were gonna be doing so much, but I think we did 1 episode of Reloaded, 1 episode of Relapse, and then we were like something like Recharge. I was just like, bro, I need a fucking break because literally at this point. After everything that happened, I was so burned out on everything. And then I agreed to do this like 3-show thing a week. I don't know what I was thinking, like doing that, like accepting that, like telling everybody that this was going to happen because that was going to be way too much work on top of all the drama. Because you can tell because like all the drama caused videos to not go out. You see what's going on now. Videos are coming out like on time. I haven't missed an upload. For a long time, like during the summer, because we're actually getting shit done. There's no fighting. Back then, it was just all fighting. I couldn't actually focus on getting videos done because I had to deal with like keeping people in RW and trying to convince them not to leave and shit. And it was just a big clusterfuck.
Also, like we only did 1 episode of Relapse, introduced a new title, and like the whole like show was just a clusterfuck. So that's where you said. Yeah, Max was just. That's where the whole cornball gimmick started. He always had it, but it's where it just really.
Yeah, so Marcus won the 2K title, and he was happy with that. All right, we didn't have to worry about Marcus.
And then, but during SummerSlam Money. Oh yeah. Oh, we forgot one thing at Money in the Bank. So it was supposed to be me, Colin, Steve, Ryan, and Max. All right, Max finally comes back, returns. Since Royal Rumble, Steve is in the match, but when we're ready to record the Money in the Bank match, Mr. Parrish had to go to school, so we recorded without him, and he tried to blame Ryan's internet, and that's why I said he was in the match. We left our W, and then attempts to come back for SummerSlam.
Yeah, well, so after Relapse, we take a break. I'm pretty sure, like, we actually had Extreme Rules planned out. We actually had a show. Like, if I actually look up, go on, like, the old, like spreadsheet, like, where we had all our plans, I can probably find it. I'm actually going to do that, because I remember we had a whole show planned out for Extreme Rules. I'm just curious to see, like, what direction we're going to go in.
Wasn't Extreme Rules after SummerSlam?
Extreme Rules was in July, because that was, like, where we took our break, remember?
Oh, no, that was Hell in a Cell after SummerSlam that we canceled.
Yeah. Okay, let's see here. Extreme Rules. All right, well, this is what we had planned. We didn't even have a world title match planned for whatever reason. We were just going to have them do a promo.
Brady didn't even want to show up, or Brady didn't want to lose.
We also had Max versus Ryan in a hair versus hair match planned, which would probably work out better now than it would back then because of how, like, serious it was a year ago. But this was like we were going to do Marcus, Daniel, and, like, 2 other people for the international title because it was vacated after Zayn.
SummerSlam.
Wait, didn't you leave? No, this is what I remember with you.
Slam.
I remember. Listen. I remember you leaving before SummerSlam, and I convinced you to, like, come back to do the match or something, to do the tournament final.
Oh no, we're forgetting one important piece. Didn't before Extreme Rules we started that clusterfuck of a tournament?
Yeah, well, I was going to get into that, but Extreme Rules never happened. We took a long break, a much needed break, and I think things, like, didn't get fully better. Definitely not. There were still many problems, but it kind of, things kind of died down.
Wasn't there another
bit.
break after SummerSlam as well?
I think there was, but
because that's when I left. I won the match and left.
Yeah, so we needed a fucking break. So I took a break in July. And it wasn't even really that long of a break. It was really only, like, 2-3 weeks. And then we came out with our year 3 shit, which is, like, probably, like, my favorite, like, trailer type thing that I made on the channel. Like, really good shit. But probably yeah. So once we got back into it, let's see. We did year 3. We previewed the SummerSlam tournament. We got Billy back. And this is where this the tournament before 2017 was so good. We thought we were going to be able to replicate that for some reason and have it be just as good. That was not the case. So
wasn't it originally? I'm sorry to cut you off, but wasn't it originally like we were going to make it for the international title, but
yeah, because Zayn wasn't there, it was vacated.
Yeah, it was vacated, so we made it. He comes back, and we made it like the championship finals.
Yeah, that's what happened. I remember. So let's see here. What was I going to talk? Oh yeah, so Max gets a nice lineup of men for this tournament. So we get
Johnny Cola.
Now, honestly, I thought these guys had potential. Like, they were really entertaining, very entertaining. But where they were actually, like, found, like, Max found these guys from really competitive online leagues, which is the exact opposite of what we were. So going into this whole tournament thing, they were expecting, like, us to play by, like, their rules and shit. Like, we were trying to, like, make them happy. Like, I don't know. It's just, like, really ridiculous. But they were getting mad at us for, like, doing certain things. And I think the person that really got completely pissed off here was Billy, because Billy got destroyed by KJ and then Jay too. and
Oh no.
there were like
times.
rules and shit, and like the
original finals was me and KJ, and but like during the match, KJ kept on getting mad at me because I kept on breaking like puppy guarding rules and like shit like that, and then like he'd get like mad every single second. He had like 100 overall, like big man, and then
yeah.
and then apparently his dad won't let him show his face on camera because he's a baby. So Max has to step up for the finals. And
yeah, we were just like, fuck it.
And then I beat him.
We were just like, fuck it. We'll just put Max in because at least like we can trust him. None of these guys really were. Well, actually, some of them did stick around. We'll get into that. That's like September. But yeah, that's what happened with the SummerSlam tournament. I honestly just way worse than the previous year, in my opinion. I did not think that it was really as good.
What about the main event of SummerSlam?
So yeah, we're gonna actually get into SummerSlam itself. The build, I can't really think. The only thing that I remember is like the main issue of this whole thing was Brady, like not wanting to do the match and shit, not wanting to put over Steven, because that was the plan. Steven was supposed to get his crowning moment, win the title, and be the new face of the channel. Now, starting from the bottom of SummerSlam card, we start with Steven Marcus. Now, Steve beats Marcus in like, I don't know, like a few minutes, really, like one of the fastest matches.
Completely. Was good. Like, no, can I just say one thing? Brady was in the main event for like a lot of things, and like everything he main evented was ass. Every single match he had, he would be like main eventing. It would be terrible.
Yeah, it wasn't usually the best. But yeah, Steve beats Marcus, embarrasses Marcus, and Marcus announces that he's leaving RW again. So there's another time where Marcus left RW because
he's done that like 3 times this year.
He was even this year. It's just like a Marcus thing, just leaving RW. I don't think it's ever going to stop. But he left RW there after losing to Steve in an embarrassing fashion. Zayn and Max, really good match. I think everything went to plan there. I don't think there was any really drama. Me and Daniel, same
beautiful
thing. Really.
Feud.
Really good. I enjoyed it.
Probably like the best feud on the channel.
Yeah, that was like the highlight of this whole fucking thing. Like that we got this really good feud done, really good match and story that we told. Then the main event. Now there's like conspiracy theories out there that it wasn't even actually Brady playing in the match because of specific reasons. Now I'm going to go into detail why. So Brady comes on, right? We're ready to do the match. Me and Billy were there on commentary, and he comes in very like really suspicious. All right, he comes in completely silent, and Harry also joins the call too. And Harry wasn't even in the group chat. Brady actually added him as soon as he joined, and they were like being completely silent. I was like, "What is going on here? This is like weird or something." And so I'm thinking like, "Oh no!" Like he's gonna try to win and then leave. Like like I said before, the plan was to have Steven win the title and be the face of the channel. And what I thought was going to happen was Brady was going to win the match and just troll us and then leave or something like that. So the match is going on, and like I'm just like praying to God like Steven wins, because like this was really just going to not work out well. If he won, there would be so much issues. Steven wins off of a roll-up again, and that, what happened, Brady was acting kind of weird or something, and like he seemed kind of salty, and it didn't even look like he was playing, and that's why the conspiracy there is that like Harry was like trying to play for him or something for whatever reason on a share play and try to win the match. That's what I thought happened, but who knows? Honestly, I still think that he was going to try to win. But yeah, that was basically the end of that. That was SummerSlam. The fucking horrifying summer that we all sat through.
I think there was a break after SummerSlam because I left, and then
Yeah, and there were plans after SummerSlam, because I remember us talking about it. We were going to do a lot of shit. And Daniel, are you still awake?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Please get out of bed.
you'll probably remember. So after SummerSlam, we were gonna do. We had plans to bring in tag team titles for September.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god!
Yeah, so this was something that I remember. This was a clusterfuck, like everything
tell
else.
them the idea you had for me.
Oh, I don't know if I remember, honestly. I gotta remind
Wasn't
Harry and me.
But wasn't
wasn't
this Hell in a Cell at this point?
I think that was the plan, to have like the culminating match be at Hell in a Cell. Well, yeah, we were gonna do tag. We were bringing in tag team titles. We had like weird teams. We had like Max and Zayn, I think, as a team.
Max and Ruby.
There was like multiple like different combinations of like shit we had. I think Max and Jay, maybe. I don't know. Like, just I remember Chris and Jay, and you kind of, if you actually look back on the art, like the leak to like 2K19 like troll video that we did, there's a clip in there of like Chris Jackson is like, oh, did I win or something? That's actually from one of the recordings that we did that went bad, because like he wasn't supposed to win and he won. That's what he said. It was just so bad. Like, they weren't following directions, and I think we wound up just like, yeah, we literally were just like, yeah, screw it, we're done there, and we didn't even wind up going through with Hell in a Cell, because Hell in a Cell, honestly, it looked like it was going to be pretty good. We had me and Daniel in a rematch.
Wait, didn't we have? We're missing a pay-per-view. We were making our own pay-per-view because it was a Saudi Arabia pay-per-view too.
Yeah, that's. I think we're gonna get into that, but let's see. Yeah, Hell in a Cell. I had a whole intro made for this, and some people have seen it. It's honestly a really good fucking intro, and I'm sad I didn't get to use it because the show wound up having to be canceled because we waited too long. And it was just it didn't turn out well. Yeah, it was supposed to be me and Daniel in a Hell in a Cell match, #1 contendership. The winner was gonna face Steven. Max and Zayn in a rematch. You know, those were like the two main matches
like,
of the show.
After I beat Max at SummerSlam, he was like really depressed, so I told him he could win at Hell in a Cell.
Oh no.
I left before it could happen.
Oh no.
And then he did end up winning the title at the beginning of 2K19, I think.
Yeah, to me.
Oh man. Yeah, well, that's another pay-per-view. That's like the first pay-per-view that we had planned, didn't happen. Well, second, actually. We had Extreme Rules. That's the second one. Also, so now this is, I'm pretty sure we just stopped. We were like, you know, we're just going to wait until the new game comes out. You know, we'll just start fresh. Nice fresh start. That's what we thought, all right? It was not a fresh start. In a way it was, but not really, because it was still the same shit. So, for the October pay-per-view, we weren't going to do Super Showdown, I don't think. I think we were going to do something creative, come up with our own name. It was going to be called Defiance. We had a whole card plan. I actually had it pulled up. I think we went through so many different changes for this card. I remember. This is the final thing that was written down, though, for this card. It's Max and Steven, champion versus champion, winner takes all. Me and Daniel in an Iron Man match. And I think these are just like undercard matches I think we just threw together. But those are the main matches. All right. Now, I remember we had Harry and Steven planned. I remember I think we recorded Steven versus Brady again. Had Daniel cash in and win, but my recording fucked up or something like that. I don't even know. We just wound up not even redoing it because the whole show was just a disaster. Just like before. We didn't have any build. Nothing went to plan. So guess what? Defiance had to be canceled. Again, just like Hell in a Cell. That's a second pay-per-view now. So, finally, this is where things start to die down. We're getting towards the end of the year here. Survivor Series, TLC. This is the end of the year. This is where it all kind of dies down. This is where Brady
After the RW
on a way
Wars,
out.
that's when it started going up.
This is where Brady starts getting on his way out. Harry's gone, packed his bags, he left.
Became champion at FWS.
Cashed in.
Oh no.
Won at WrestleMania.
Yeah, so yeah, I don't know. I can't really think of anything really like Survivor Series. There's always like stuff that we had planned, didn't really go to like there wasn't as much drama that I can remember though. Survivor Series we got done. And we went into TLC, and TLC I remember having Brady and Harry were still a part of the channel, but they have at this point they've gone, came back, left so many different times like it's hard to even keep track. But I remember them being they were supposed to be a part of the show for TLC. It was supposed to be like Steven and Harry for the world title in the main event. It was going to be, I'm pretty sure it was going to be me and Brady maybe, or I don't know. I don't remember like exactly the card, but something happened, of course, and they wound up like both. They wound up both like not wanting to be a part of it again. They wanted to leave. And this is where I called up Zane. And I was like, Zane, please do this. Please face Daniel. We need a main event. And he agreed to do it. We did the match, and then that was Zane's like official like return. Now he's like here. And
I remember like a few days after I came back, I was in a call with you and Brady. And, like, you guys were discussing – I don't know if it was at this time. I remember it was early on when I came back. You guys – Brady was still being, like, a dick. And he was, like, asking you. He was, like, Colin, if this shit ever blows up and we start making money, you better not give any money to, like, your friends. Like, Daniel, Billy, and Marcus are, like, they're my friends. Like, I probably will because they're part of the channel. He's like, no, you have to give me money. And then,
that's another thing.
and then, like,
Brady
you
was
agree
acting
to
weird.
it so he doesn't leave.
Yeah, dude, Brady was weird, dude. He really was making some weird requests. Money started becoming a thing on a 300 subscriber YouTube channel. That was supposed to just be for fun.
At this point.
Maybe, yeah. Just absolutely ridiculous shit. And so many different times, man. Brady left, came back. We got through TLC. And this is really just where they left for good, really. Harry wasn't coming back.
It was a thing where Brady came out that like back to the thing that like we blame Max for. I forgot what it was, but like Brady came out and said like he says like oh he's just manipulating us. He doesn't like any of us, shit like that. He leaves, and then we're like Colin's like oh this guy's a fake. We never want him back. A few months later, 2019, he's like all right guys, let's get Brady back. Come on, Colin.
Well,
I gotta say this. Did we discuss when Marcus...
Stop brushing your teeth.
Did we discuss when...
Please don't talk away, bro. We can't understand you.
Did we discuss when Marcus left after he lost to Steve? And then he came back as the GM?
Yeah, we went through all that. Well, not the GM part, yeah. Well, he came back as GM because that's what he agreed to do and whatever. And just so many, like, things, like making deals with people, like, oh, you'll get this if you do this. And then, like, that goes wrong, and then it leads them to leave. And it's just, like, really ridiculous.
Brady thought, well, because WrestleMania this year was supposed to be me versus Brady. I beat Brady. It would be him like passing the torch to me. And that didn't go far. Brady tells Colin.
No, could you please repeat that?
Dude, that's literally his words. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna
passing of the torch.
But yeah, that's what that was the plan though, to have that match happen. But Brady again was making weird like requests. He was like, I'm not gonna lose or something, and like at first I was gonna tell him that he was gonna win or something, and then just have Daniel win, but like then it was like that's just repeating the same drama all over again. And like Brady just, I was like, whatever. We just came up with another plan. We did Daniel and Marcus. It worked out. It's better than having
No. That main event was a clusterfuck. Daniel and Marcus promised not to fight because I had a feeling it was going to turn into an argument because you guys always were fighting. And then they agreed not to have a fight over it. And then what do you know? It leads to a fight. The main event was like, it was supposed to be like a nice 30-minute, like, 3 Stages of Hell classic. And like Marcus loses the like one fall and he just like leaves. And then he redoes the match, and it's ass again. If
I had to be honest, like, the drama did kind of continue. Like, it wasn't as bad as 2018. It did continue, though, into Mania, but it all cleared up, like, after Mania and after, definitely, like, what we've been doing now, after the rankings, like, like, after that, and we started doing this, like, there's nothing...
There was a couple of weirdos we got for commentary.
They wanted, dude, the weirdos thought they were getting paid actual money.
So these guys, they thought we were gonna like give them money or like, no, we said we were gonna give them a shout out, even though like, because we thought it was gonna be like a big video, and then they're like fucking like bitches talking behind our back, so we just kicked them and do it ourselves.
Dude, we caught them in the act. We literally caught their ass.
And then like in the video, in the WrestleMania, if you go to the comments, there's literally one of them commenting like for their jobs back.
Yeah. Well, you know, WrestleMania, it really was like a clusterfuck again.
No, I mean, it wasn't bad. Like,
it was much better than 20. Like, I'm not talking about the actual show. Like, the shows itself are really good.
Steven Asher, dude.
The actual behind the scenes shit was kind of a clusterfuck for multiple reasons.
For me, for Steve versus Asher, I was the one who actually did the match because Asher had to go to bed.
Asher's face cam was just pre-recorded footage of him playing a random match that wasn't even that one, and it was actually Zayn playing because Asher had like a bedtime or something. Which is kind of embarrassing.
Like, me and Max was fine, Steven and Colin was fine, and it was WrestleMania.
Yeah, the commentator thing was really just like ridiculous. We were really wanting to have good commentators that were taking it really seriously. And that was kind of, I was like, you know what, we can just do it ourselves, because, like, it was just...
We got some guy named Reister, and he had, like, some clout.
Yeah, but then we found a really good guy named the Greek.
Cannon?
No,
yeah, but all these guys, like, bailed on us. Like, they didn't really go through with what we had, like, wanted them to do. Which I don't blame them. They weren't getting anything. We weren't paying these guys. We were just trying to get them to do it for, like, a favor. We had to pray that, like, they were, like, interested. Oh, that sounds cool. Or, like... WrestleMania, though, in 2020 will not be a clusterfuck. I promise.
Have, like, one match.
WrestleMania is going to be great.
Well, RW's at its best.
Yeah, I honestly think that once we started doing this...
Today, now it's a lot better, in my opinion.
It's more than like, because if I had to compare it to what it is now, to what it was back then to what it is now, back then it was being ran like a business. Now it's being ran like just like
teenagers running a channel.
Just like, not even like that though. Really, just like friends, like just like making like funny videos and just like, you know, having fun with it.
That's what it was meant to be.
This is what it's always was meant to be. It was literally trying to be like something it wasn't. Like, we were trying to be like a business, like an actual wrestling show, and that wasn't working because people weren't getting paid, and we had to try to make everybody happy. And with what we're doing now, there's just so many different things, and everybody can really be happy. Like, you know, like, we can make everybody happy doing it this way because everybody can come up with their own ideas, and we can just like do whatever the hell we want. We don't have to worry about people losing matches and having to be sad about it.
All we had to do was get rid of Brady. And the transition was from like a business to like, and then we did like the tournament style thing, which was still like, it still felt like the same, but it was a little bit better.
Yeah. Because it was supposed to add more fun to it.
Well, dude, honestly, 2K isn't even fun. Like, it's honestly like what we do outside of the game.
No, we're just talking shit
fun.
about 2K.
Well, no, I'm not. I'm being so serious. Like, I don't even enjoy playing 2K. I enjoy just making the videos and like.
Well, that's the point. We got to be creative. I mean, we're being creative. We did Catman and Sanjay. It's pretty creative to me, and it was pretty fun.
We got TD from Chicago.
We did leaked entrances for 2K20. That was my favorite video making.
Yeah,
dude,
like this is literally
busted my ass making that video.
You would not like. We're able to just do whatever we want. We have no restrictions now. Like we can't even
get rid of Brady.
We don't have to worry about. We don't have to worry about things making sense. We don't have to worry about this being, oh, this is too like cringy. Like we don't care. Like we just like do it because it's like fun. Like you can definitely tell. And honestly, I think that this was probably the best way to go about it. And it killed all the drama because it allows everybody to be more creative and it allows more people to have fun with it.
There's no title besides the 24/7 title, and that's not even real.
And it's just like a fun title that just gets like thrown around and just crazy shit happens.
All we do is just random stuff and like it's literally like honestly I feel like if you added titles to it, then like people like actually try, but like to like be competitive because
I don't think Max can completely understand it because he's like begging for like a 24/7 title match.
Yeah. And
I don't think he understands how it works.
Max and Jaden have been begging for championship matches. Alright, so I'm gonna tell you guys, I don't know, but our next plan is to have the Bareback Boys, Steve and Jaden.
Don't spoil it.
Yeah, come on. Keep it a secret.
Yeah, what is wrong with you?
Well, no, we formed
anyway. Shut your mouth.
We formed a nice tag team between Jaden and Steve.
All right, well, no, shut up, Daniel.
Shut up.
Honestly, like under your covers, like stop talking. But yeah, honestly, nice happy ending to this clusterfuck.
Yeah.
Of
like
a
year and a
half.
Big fights anymore. Obviously, we still have little fights, but it's nothing major.
Fights are never gonna really like completely die. Obviously, people are gonna argue, but
from what I remember, you started off like it started off as a reaction channel, and it was just like you guys having fun. And a bunch of people came in. I don't know when you guys came up with the idea to turn into like a Raw type of thing or like WWE type of thing.
Well, the thing is, like back then, we would always have big art. It would always be Marcus against me, Colin, and Billy because Marcus would just always make it personal with us.
Okay, we don't need to. You need to start bashing Marcus. Marcus watches this video. He's gonna leave on
saying like how it was like you guys just did it for fun, and in 2018 it was just completely competitive.
Yeah,
just back to that. It's just us having fun.
All I'm saying is like, because back then there was just like a bunch of drama like with like all of us and I don't know.
You told me in 2018 that someone would be cosplaying as JD from NY in 2019. I would literally like beat the fuck out of you.
Told me,
and another thing with this is that like back when doing like the regular like formula, like this is not formulaic in any way. Like you'll see like different types of videos all the time because we can be as creative as we want, and that's like what keeps me motivated to do it. Back then I would be burned out like so fast because of how boring it was, and it's just the same shit, and on top of that the arguing wouldn't help. Yeah. Now it's like I'm
at
like
some point
actually
Brady here, and like he was reacting to it, and he was like, "Colin, what the fuck do you have going on here?"
Yeah.
Like I don't think he understood that like it's a joke, it's for comedy purposes. He still thinks it's the same old shit. It's not. He thinks like that's when we're legitimately like just fucking like no, we're just trying to have fun. This guy thinks it's like competitive 2K. This is
it's
why,
not
Brady,
normal.
if you're listening to this, you can't come back. You're gonna have to pay me.
Brady, I just want to say, you were probably the biggest piece of garbage I've ever met. You're not a decent human being.
Honestly.
You don't have respect for anybody but yourself. You live in your grandma's basement. You're a virgin.
Harry, I hope you have a fun time at McDonald's.
Harry, don't even get me started about that wannabe wrestler.
All right. Anyway,
Like,
but
I met Brady once, and like, I felt so uncomfortable with how much of a loser this guy
It's
was.
just like bad vibes when you're around.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Like, honestly, me and Colin was just enjoying a nice game of Mortal Kombat. Well, I was. And like, this kid's over here,
Oh,
just
no.
like, I'm not even joking, telling us like we're playing wrong and you have to play with like the D-pad.
Oh,
Like, oh my god, how much of a person do you have to be to correct like two 17-year-olds how to play a video game?
and also,
Well-
he said on his Facebook.
Well, we're
about
not
10 years
baby-
ago that he
we're
likes
not-
pink unicorn.
But we're not babies anymore, Christian. Which I disagree with your statement. We're not like, oh, yeah, we're not baby bitches. We can handle it.
What, me saying that Brady's being the biggest virgin?
Alright,
No,
we're gonna go off
no. You're
topic
like,
here.
well, we're
You're
like
saying how Brady's a
two
virgin?
17-year-olds. Like, we're
Yeah,
not,
no,
we're not.
like,
Alright, Colin,
Yeah,
please
but we're
wrap
not-
it up. Shut
we're
up.
all right, shut up.
alright, shut up, Daniel.
All right, so this has been RW Talk, talking RW.
Yeah.
You can really expect a lot more solid
We're calls all
content
the
from
time.
us,
Oh, dude.
including these podcasts, and SummerSlam
Always.
still going on, guys. It's not just
And
one video; it's going to be a
We have
lineup
some of them
videos.
recorded, and like SummerSlam is really good. It's really
Dude,
good.
Some
SummerSlam
solid
is
content.
long. SummerSlam is long. It's not just one part. It's multiple parts.
It's more like
8.
6, 7 parts, maybe even 8.
We still have to record SummerSlam.
Oh,
We
yeah,
have to listen
and
We have to
it's
record more
good.
because we had to add more because Marcus was depressed he wasn't a part of it. But that's for another day.
Yeah,
Oh,
and you will
God.
see the epic conclusion to Midground versus RW. And by the way, I'd like to.
No spoilers,
I'd like to-
Daniel.
no.
Hey,
I'd like
Daniel.
to say, Asher made an update video. All right, guys.
Oh,
And
really?
he said, this is what he said. He wanted a match, a 3 stages of hell match with us,
Oh.
alright? And on top of that, he was like, I just copied the song intro, and that's it. Well, he disregarded where we said he kind of tried to copy our logo, like go off what we did. And he was like, how did I copy your logo in any way, shape, or form? It's just an M and a G. And then he's like, I changed the intro completely to look like something else. I'm like,
Okay,
buddy,
thank
just
you.
took the song.
Alright, no. Like this is supposed to be a year in review. Now we're just talking about Asher and his girlfriend.
Well, yeah, that's what you can expect. Upcoming, and 2K20 for RW is going to be also great. We have so many ideas. It's going to be great. Thanks for watching Talking RW. You'll see more of this, more podcasts to come. And yeah, we hope you guys enjoyed. Check out SummerSlam. And yeah, we'll see you guys, I guess, in the next video of SummerSlam. See you later.
Harry's Dingleberry Shaver.